Hi everyone, my name is Shami.
And I'm Ola.
We're on a journey to win in our relationships, finances, and lifestyle, and we hope that you come along on that journey with us and do the same.
We got some folks on the journey with us right here, so
yes.
Don't mind them. Let's just enjoy this story.
Yeah. Astronaut, say hi. It's going to be a little video to make you laugh and
sharing our experience.
Right, and so that you don't make a mistake. So today we're going to be talking about how we bought a timeshare.
The dreaded timeshares.
Yeah, guys. I don't know what you've heard about timeshares. You want to give them a background about what a timeshare is?
Timeshares are typically vacation properties such as resorts or condo units that multiple people own and actually have a lot of time to use.
Might just be like, a week that they have out of the year, depending on what type you get. They have like ones where you can actually book it like you do a regular hotel. It's not stuck to like 1 week out of the year.
Right.
But they I guess they market that you can book it at different times of the year, which we'll talk about later. But basically we end up buying one, and we'll just start at the beginning of the story. We have told you about how once a year we try to take one trip without the kids somewhere, and we've actually taken a trip to Vegas. I think, have we gone twice?
Twice. That was
twice.
Yeah, twice.
Right. So our last trip was right after we had our first son. And so we went, and you all know we're big on saving money and finances and things like that. And when you go to Vegas, they have these, timeshare companies that, bring you over, and all you have to do is listen to their presentation. You're not obligated to buy anything. And what you get in return is like free shows,
right,
free dinners, things like that.
Right.
And so we had planned, to go there, get the free stuff, listen respectfully, and leave. But yeah,
that was the plan.
But yeah, they got us.
Man, they are good at their jobs.
They're good at their jobs. They kind of size you up when you walk in. They asked us how many kids we had, what we were celebrating. So they'll use your own personal life to really find somebody to connect with you.
Right. The person that was assigned to us, who's a good marketer, right? He was definitely connecting with us with his personal life.
I remember, because we just had a kid, and that's what we're really celebrating.
Right.
And he started telling us about how his wife couldn't have any kids, and like he started talking about her struggles with like IVF, and it didn't work out, but everybody, not everybody's supposed to have kids, and that's okay. He found out I was a pharmacist and started talking about the opioid epidemic, how his wife couldn't get her pills that she needed. Like, it just hit home.
Good,
everything that he was talking about. They're trained people. They're good at their jobs.
And I think there was even some conversation like he was like into fashion or something like that.
Right.
And we may have slipped up and talked about fashion and
right.
Things like that.
He started showing us what he does. He talked about like family. We're really big on family. So he was talking about his family vacations, showing us, pictures of, going on vacation. This is, what if you have this timeshare, this is what kind of power it brings to you and your family and everything. So yeah, they got us.
So at the time we were like, okay, let's just go into the session. Let's get details about it. And obviously our mind is still no. So we go through the first session, and they're breaking down the numbers, y'all. Listen, those numbers can catch you easily. We were like, oh man, this makes sense. And then they had people in there that had experienced, using the timeshare, and I don't know,
stories showing how they saved money.
I don't know how true they were,
like that.
But
and like I said, we were all big about saving money. I think they even try to tell us that we could rent it out. And for those of you that don't know, with timeshares, you pay a certain amount of money. You pay a deposit to purchase it. They make you feel like you're purchasing a property.
Right.
And so you pay a deposit to purchase the property or the timeshare, and you pay those payments for a certain period of time. It might be a 5-year period, it might be a 20-year period, but after you're done paying for the timeshare, you own it. However, you still have to pay maintenance fee forever.
Right. Rest of your life.
Or for the lifetime. They have some timeshares where they say you can own it forever and you can give it to your children as inheritances.
They actually pass it on to your kids in some cases.
And your kids will be paying the fees, right? It did seem good to us initially. So what really sealed the deal for us is we've been wanting to go to Hawaii for a long time. And I don't know did we tell them?
We told them that, and they used it.
Right. So at the end of it all, they're like, whoever is one of the first 5 people to sign up, they're gonna get a free trip to Hawaii.
Right.
Y'all, we jumped on it. They got us. We got sucker punched, and we signed the dotted line.
Yep.
We gave them our card information, our bank account information, and we bought the timeshare.
Yes. Keep in mind, y'all, I'm a realtor, right? And we mentioned that before. I saw the package they gave us. It was huge. And obviously you can't read all of it there. But we went back to our hotel room and I was like, babe, I'm going to read this whole thing. And you can rest. I think this thing needs to be read. And so I'm going through the paperwork, reading through it, and I start to find some fine print that didn't seem right. I mean, in some cases they were like, well, the state of Nevada does not recommend and I won't give you all the boring details,
right.
But it was basically saying that they don't recommend you to sign up for this, and you're on your own if you sign up for this.
I think the big thing that hit me was where they had a clause in there that all the properties they advertised to us, there's no guarantee that it'll still be part of this whole thing that we purchased, because they signed contracts with these resorts and hotel chains that at any point it can be gone, so they can't guarantee us what we're actually going to be getting. And I'm just like, how can I pay for something that I'm not even guaranteed that I have?
Correct. So at that point we're like, yeah, that's enough for us to go back, and we had 48 hours to return it.
Right.
So keep in mind, y'all, they also had a restriction where you can't actually call their customer service on the weekend to book, and you couldn't book online because the first 60 days you had to wait for your access to be set up.
Oh yeah.
So listen, y'all, we're on the weekend time here, and we had 48 hours to return it and cancel, or else it was done for forever.
Our 2 options was either mail it in for them to refund our money, or actually go back to them and get it closed out. I was leaning more on mailing it in because, one, I knew they were going to take our time and waste our time, and we were on a limited vacation.
We're on a vacation, y'all. We needed to use it for other things.
Secondly, they had a lot of intimidating people there. Some people that forced us to get it, because they had people like there were sharks trying to get us. Like, what are you waiting for? Why don't you? So I was like, man, I don't want that guy again to come and shout on me or anything like that. Because at some point they were shouting on us.
So look, we just need to go in there and get this thing canceled. The fact is, we don't know what could happen if we mail it in, and it could be lost in track. We don't know, right? This is all the way in Vegas. So we decided to go back, and getting there, obviously we had to get in line with all the people that will be intimidating. But we were geared up. I told her, I was like, look, we can't get them to rope us back in, right? We can't get them to push us back in.
I'm just gonna give a little disclaimer here. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm not going front. I was scared to go back, and I told my husband, I said, you're the one gonna be in charge. Let's play good cop, bad cop. I'm gonna be the good cop, and I'm gonna be like, oh, but we can consider, because I was just like, I don't want anybody to yell at me, right? And so that's what we went in to do.
I mean, getting there, y'all, to no surprise, they look like goons. They were ready for us. But either way, I was like, look, we're going to cancel this thing. And obviously, they bring out even the tougher guns, right? They brought out another guy, and he was just like, man, all trying to rough us up. Look, this is the right deal. You can't cancel.
They even offered us half. Like a quarter of what we paid, and for me that was a red flag, because I'm like, if it's this cheap,
the value is not there.
What did we buy?
Right. So we're just talking to the guy. We're like, okay, you know what? How about you now show us what you promised us, right? Because these things, as we mentioned, some of them are not guaranteed. And if we wanted to take a vacation right now, where we can't call anybody because it's the weekend, we have to wait 60 days to be able to do it online ourselves. Show us, since you have access. And so he's going through the website, right?
We gave him dates, we gave him places.
We said, Dubai, all these other places that we really wanted to. And I think if he had shown us something that actually had availability, we probably would have said, okay, go ahead, we'll keep it.
And then he started to get mad.
Yeah, he was struggling.
Book us anything.
He couldn't find anything. Everything was like not available, or it just wasn't working. In the back of our mind, we're just like, yeah, I don't think this is for us. And so we just told him straight up, look, this is not going to work. Everything you've shown us is not, coming forward. So it's not worth it for us. And, at the end of the day, they canceled it. They weren't smiling at all.
No.
They took us to the back.
They walked us out the back.
Man,
it was so
like
embarrassing because when
dumping you out, basically.
Because when we got there, they actually got us an Uber to bring us, Uber to take us back to our hotel. They walked us to a back corner, like the service entrance.
The service entrance, y'all. It was like, just get out of here. So,
but yeah, the point of this video is to tell you that ultimately, don't buy a timeshare. There's nothing they can tell you. There's no way they can package it in which it's good. If you see a timeshare, run away. It's not a good investment. It's going to drain you financially. You're probably never going to be able to use it.
They definitely got us, y'all, but we found a way to get out of it.
All right, y'all. This was just a fun video, but as always, we hope that this helps you win in your relationship, your finance, and in your lifestyle.
Don't forget to like, comment, and ensure that you share with your friends and family. If you subscribe, we appreciate you. And if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and click that button. We'd love to add you to our squad.
All right, y'all. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll catch you next time.